When it concerns security, every single citizen matters in this.
Insecurity and criminality, executive and the legislature team up to tackle the challenges.
My name is Nathaniel Samuel. I'm supposed to be a pastor at Living Faith Church.
Suspect in the attempt to bomb Living Faith Church in Kaduna faced the media. We want responsible and fair media in Nigeria. Information Minister tells the Finnish ambassador to Nigeria. Arrest all vehicles with spy number plates. Inspector General of Police orders officers and men of the Nigeria Police Force. A warm welcome to the Network News at 9, reaching you live on the network service of the Nigerian Television Authority here in our Abuja studios. I am Muhammad Kudu Abubakar. Reading with me tonight is Michael Olaleye in Lagos. Naomi Abuaku is in Maiduguri, while Dibabari Siadomo Nweke is standing by in Port Harcourt. A high-powered committee with the members to be drawn from both the executive and the legislature is to be constituted towards finding lasting solutions to the resurgence of crime and criminality in parts of the country. This formed the resolution of the high-level engagement between President Muhammadu Buhari and the presiding officers of the National Assembly. State House correspondent Adamu Sambo reports.
The meeting is coming barely 1 week after President Muhammadu Buhari summoned the National Security Council meeting, which resolved to take more proactive and decisive measures towards securing the country more effectively. Prior to that meeting, the two chambers of the National Assembly also met and deliberated extensively on the prevailing challenges of security in the country, suggesting, amongst others, the declaration of a national emergency on security. This engagement between President Muhammadu Buhari, Senate President Ahmed Lawan, and Speaker Femi Bajabiamila was to exchange ideas on the best way forward for Nigeria.
We discussed everything that matters as far as the security of this country is concerned. We believe that it is imperative that we're able to provide those necessary equipment and welfare for the armed forces of this country and the police to ensure that they're able to operate and perform efficiently and effectively to tackle the security challenges and then secure the lives and property of Nigerians.
What was the President's response?
Of course, as the leader of this country is more worried than anybody else about the situation. So we were on the same page that we should be able to do whatever it takes to ensure that the security agencies are able to perform better than they're doing now.
Is the President as concerned as we are? Answer, probably more. Is the President looking to do something about it? Answer, yes. The question of security is uppermost in his mind. And he opened us to us. And you must understand that some communications are privileged. But it suffice to say that the President is concerned, and he intends to do something about our challenges.
The meeting, however, re-echoed the need for Nigerian citizens to play their part as a matter of honor and patriotism in the onerous task of achieving and sustaining the desired peace enterprise for the good of all.
Now the time has come for all of us to ensure, as citizens as well as leaders, to ensure that we are playing our part as is necessary. When it concerns security, every single citizen matters in this.
So the question then arises that if you change the service chiefs, does that address the issue of kidnapping and banditry? Because those are outfits that are set up for external aggression, for times of war. But it's the police that is set up for internal security, such as what we are all witnessing. The Inspector General of Police, has he met up to his responsibilities? The question is, if we now limit it to the Inspector General of Police, many will argue with it that he has done a very good job in the face of no equipment, no funding, and no. We did explain to Mr. President that we have to increase funding. We have to recruit more.
The National Assembly leadership is assuring Nigerians that with the far-reaching measures already taken, which cannot be disclosed, respite will soon be achieved in Nigeria's security situation. From the State House, Adamu Sambu, NTA News.
Vice President Yemi Oshibanjo says there is an ongoing deliberate and comprehensive consolidation of the security situation in the country, including plans to recruit more troops and officers to beef up the personnel of security agencies. The Vice President stated this when he granted audience to Arewa Pastors Forum for Peace. He explained that the move is to contain the threats and security concerns in the country. We'll bring you details of this report in our subsequent bulletin. Still on security, Living Faith Church Kaduna is now calm, but those who witnessed the chain of activities that led to the discovery of an attempt by one Nathaniel Samuel to bomb the church are still in shock. Suleiman Abdullahi Regachkun has this update.
My name is Nathaniel Samuel. In fact, I'm supposed to be a pastor at Living Faith Church because I did the WOFB, Word of Faith Bible Institute. So my name is Nathaniel Samuel, sir.
Well, is there any way by accident that your name is Muhammad?
There is no way by accident. My name is Nathaniel Samuel.
Nathaniel Samuel penetrated the congregation at the Living Faith Church Sunday, allegedly with a sinister motive that would have been colossal. Luck ran out on him and he was caught with an improvised explosive device which was yet to detonate.
It's been purely God intervention because for him to be able to beat the security at the gate to get into the church auditorium itself.
The Nigerian Police Kaduna State Command has taken up the matter with a view to unraveling the mystery behind Nathaniel's presence in the church with an explosive device.
On inquiry, he confirmed to the policemen there and then that the items in the bag belonged to him. And on a closer look, they were suspected to be IEDs.
What is also important is for people to stop politicizing security issues. Security issues are serious issues. They are issues that concern life. Criminals must be treated as criminals.
In view of this, the police have urged the public to remain vigilant and report suspicious characters to the appropriate authorities. In Kaduna, I am Suleiman Abdullahi Rigachku, NTA News.
The Chief of the Air Staff, Air Marshal Sadiq Abubakar, has inaugurated a commando village at the Nigeria Air Force Base Quick Response Group in Ikbetu Ijesha, Osun State. The commando village is meant to improve operational efficiency and capacity, as well as expose the Air Force personnel to new dynamics in the fight against insurgency. Femi Afari has the report.
It is to address the challenging state of the ongoing war against insurgency that the Nigerian Air Force is adapting a superior genre of military warfare technique. This simulation exercise at the new commando training village at Ikbetu Ijesha, Osun State, is to demonstrate how prepared the Air Force commandos are in taking out adversaries from their hideout in the remote villages.
Fighting is no longer carried out in the bush as it used to be in the conventional warfare, but is done within built-up areas. Hence, this informed the Chief of the Air Staff decision to build up this commando village so that soldiers can have the training of how to fight in a built-up area with collateral damage is being minimized or, if possible, eliminated.
The Osun State government is saying the commando village as a great initiative of the Chief of Air Staff towards making Southwest safe.
With the commissioning of the commando training village today, there's assurance that the fight against insurgency and terrorism will get better.
The commando village to familiarize Air Force personnel with jungle operations is the third, after that of Kaduna and Bauchi, aimed at familiarizing personnel with operations in the savannah and the arid terrain. From Ikbetu Ijesha, Femi Afari, NTA News.
The Nigerian Police Force has ordered a clampdown on illegal use of siren, revolving lights, and spy number plates across the country. Commissioners of police have also been directed to impound vehicles with covered number plates. The Inspector General of Police, Mohammed Adamu, gave the directive after a meeting with the Co-Marshal of the Federal Road Safety Corps, Boboye Oyemi, at the force headquarters in Abuja. Olusheye Adiagbo has details.
The Corps Marshal of the FRSC is the guest of the Inspector General of Police, Adamu Mohammed, on this day. It is visit that is sending strong signal to those who abuse the laws on the use of sirens, convoys, escort vehicles, and other traffic infractions in the country. The two enforcement agencies are putting heads together to perfect plans on how to go about arresting and prosecuting offenders.
You have made pronouncement, I've made pronouncement, but I think we need joint collaboration. This issue of covering of number plates is criminal. There is no, I've checked all the traffic laws of the 36 states and FCT, our traffic regulations. There's no law that authorizes any vehicle's number plates to be covered. We need to sanitize this country when it comes to this level of lawlessness.
In the whole of West Africa, it is this country that suffers most in terms of vehicles that are being stolen on a daily basis. We cannot do it alone, you cannot do it alone, and we are serving the same nation. Therefore, we must cooperate to make sure that the services that are needed are provided.
The meeting did not end on those alone, strengthening existing synergy and intelligence sharing between the two organizations featured, just as they took stock of the past collaborations and future relationship. In Abuja, Oluseyi Adiagbo, NTA News.
With the exit of the United Kingdom from the European Union, the stage is set for a new trade regime between the UK and her old partners. President Muhammadu Buhari, understanding the inevitability of the situation, has stated earlier the opportunities this presents to Nigeria and indeed other nations of the Commonwealth in the emerging trade scenario occasioned by the exit of the United Kingdom from the EU. It is therefore heartwarming that the Prime Minister Boris Johnson also believes that indeed a new dawn awaits the United Kingdom in its trade relationship with countries within the Commonwealth, Nigeria inclusive, as reflected in his speech on Monday in Greenwich. President Buhari has therefore expressed optimism that the forthcoming Commonwealth meeting in June promises to be beneficial to all member countries. Steps towards ensuring good governance through adequate budgetary allocation and implementation were highlighted at the meeting of the Progressives Governors Forum Steering Committee on Programs. Salihu Abdullahi has the report.
This is part of engagement by the Progressives governors to make the year 2020 performance-driven in terms of project executions. Addressing journalists at the end of a closed-door session, leaders of the Program Committee for Good Governance say synergy between the arms of government, particularly the executive and the legislature, is inevitable while building efforts to effect the needed change in Nigeria.
The legislative arm and the governors are the political class. And each time elections come, the issue of what you want to achieve is there. And the only way you can drive this process is when there's collaboration and understanding.
Legislative and constitutional amendments need to be made, in order to strengthen the processes of governance, both at the federal and state levels.
That reflects the party's agenda for taking Nigeria to the next level by focusing on critical, issues that Nigerians are concerned about.
Working towards achieving all of the above issues highlighted, the committee has agreed to adopt a bottom-top approach as a strategy to ensure monitoring and delivery of good governance in line with the progressive agenda. Meanwhile, the Deputy Governor of Edo State, Philip Shuaibu, interacted with journalists on the political development in Edo State.
We are not leaving APC. APC is our party. We formed it, and we are solidly on ground to promote good governance.
He says leaders of the APC and relevant security agencies have a duty to ensure the safety of lives and property in Edo State. In Abuja, Salihu Abdullahi, NTA News.
We'll pause for some messages. The news continues after this time out. Stay tuned to the NTA.
My correct
888 join up. On top. Yes.
Which time I go be this now? Not be the 700 when everybody pays his money.
They no use code.
Which code?
Oh boy, no get it for market to get better. 888 now me the code yo. Abi?
Yes, so anytime you recharge with star 888 star pin hash, MTN go summer you with 5 times your recharge. Make you take turn up better a woof.
Madam, I bet slap me you take
Think about that. No be only cloth this sewing machine they make. If you put food for your table and roof over person head, can you go ogbonge fashion show around the world? Find the cocoa inside every story. Go bbc.com/pidgin to see more of your world.
This is beautiful.
Quality is vital. Quality is Vitafoam.
Hello, honey.
Hey, baby.
Wow. Those guys are good in bed.
What?
Yes, we're good in bed. Hurry now to any Vitafoam accredited dealer nationwide or visit us online on www.vitafoamng.com to place your order today. Vitafoam, the fine art of living.
Welcome to our wonderful world of data with these incredible new offers from your #1 4G network nationwide. Glow Unlimited.
Discover the all-new Nivea Nourishing Cocoa Lotion, specially formulated with Nivea's Deep Moisture Serum and Africa's natural cocoa for 48-hour deep moisture. Glowing, radiant skin with nourishing cocoa lotion from Nivea.
Hamatan is here, but we are ready. Get your special Nivea offer in stores today and break up with Hamatan for good.
This year, the weather conditions Hamatan in Nigeria is harsh, with temperature dropping very low in some parts of the country. Many underprivileged children are exposed to these harsh weather conditions, putting them at risk to all sorts of respiratory infections with devastating consequences. We request well-meaning Nigerians to kindly donate warm clothing, blankets, beverages, soap, moisturizers, and other essential items for the benefit of these children. Get involved to support displaced and underprivileged children exposed to these harsh weather conditions. Powered by Aisha Buhari Foundation.
Today or 4 days when my girls won't come visit and I need to come go expire.
Oh, but my guys, they can't follow me watch this match. I must not fold the hand.
Babe, what's happening now? Sorry to disappoint you, but my subscription don't expire.
The match is not on my GoTV package.
Now your holla be that. I beg, give me your phone.
Make I show you how you go take do it for my GoTV app for your phone.
Life is so much easier with my GoTV app. Make payments, clear error messages, change your package. You can also check your due dates and keep abreast of your payment history.
With the corner, Maritime is there.
The new My GoTV app is everything you need in one place. So what are you waiting for? Download My GoTV app now from Google Play or App Store to enjoy the easy life. GoTV. Live it, love it.
We are the best in Africa, the best in the world. Them no fi stop us, oh. Them no fi stop our shine. We are the stars, we are shining all over the world. Hear them no fi shake us, oh. Them no fi dim our light, oh. We get the heart, oh.
Her Excellency, Dr. Mrs. Aisha Buhari, welcomes athletes, their officials, and other guests from all over the world to Nigeria.
Thank you for being there on Network News. The need to embrace the alternative dispute resolution mechanism in order to decongest the Supreme Court, especially, I beg your pardon, the next story is the story on the Information Minister. Information Minister Lai Mohammed has restated the need for a responsible and fair media in Nigeria. The minister stated this when he granted audience to the ambassador of Finland to Nigeria, Joki Polkinen, in Abuja. Anthony Folson has details.
Our attempt to sanitize the social media is not at all an attempt to stifle the media. I want to make this very clear.
Information and Culture Minister Lai Mohammed explaining to the Finland ambassador to Nigeria the desirability for the sanitization of the social media space. He said it is disheartening that the new media has been plagued by all manner of practitioners who have little or no professional standing as media practitioners.
For us in Nigeria, respect for human rights is a cardinal principle of not just our constitution, but of day-to-day governance. And I'm yet to see any country with the kind of population we have, with the kind of multi-values, multi-culture, multi-religion, that has at the same time striving to balance, national security with freedom of the press and freedom of the media. I make bold to say that this administration in particular has no intention and does not tamper with the freedom of speech. But more often than not, we do confuse activists and politicians. We confuse them with journalists.
Responding to the existence of Freedom Online Coalition, whose meeting is coming up in Ghana, the minister pointed that Nigeria, as a digital hub in Africa, has a great role to play, but will, however, not compromise national security for human rights. On his part, the Finn ambassador to Nigeria and his foreign affairs counterpart explained to the minister the desirability of a responsible media space and the need to respect and operate a healthy ecosystem.
And Nigeria, one of those digital hubs of Africa, is very in the front line also on this development. So it's about security. It's also about privacy, because in terms of personal data security, it also is about our privacy. And ultimately, it's also about trust.
Nigeria, they upheld, has a huge capacity, hence the need to secure its space, both online and offline. In Abuja, Anthony Folson, NTA News.
To the legislature now, Senate President Ahmad Lawan says the legislature will do justice to the anti-social media bills before the National Assembly. Abubakar Usman Akwanga reports that the Senate President stated this at a session organized by the African Independent Television, AIT, to broaden the understanding and perspective of Nigerians on the proposed bills.
The Senate President, who put up a strong advocacy for credible social media at the event, gave assurances that the pending anti-social media bills currently undergoing legislative processes would reflect on solutions that will engender good governance and foster national integration.
Can we really say we have enough laws to deal with infractions? And if so, are we implementing them enough? On the other hand, should we think of more laws in the interest of protecting the rights of those offended, which might include persons, institutions, or even the state?
Minister of Justice and Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami, says government will define legal frameworks that will shape the unhindered ventilation of opinions on social media platforms and allows AIT for the initiative.
Section 39 of the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria is categorical in its provisions regarding freedom of expression.
The Managing Director, Dial Communications, Raymond Dokesi Jr., explains that the waves of mixed feelings surrounding the anti-social media bills prompted the session to give a clear concept of the content of the bills.
I am fully confident that with your knowledge, experience, and expertise, you will provide the important insights on strengthening the legal and regulatory framework as a means of promoting a consensual approach towards tackling hate speech and fake news.
The two bills that gave rise to the brainstorming gathering are the National Commission for the Prohibition of Hate Speech and the Social Media Falsehood and Manipulation Bills 2000.
Still on the National Assembly, a National Assembly Joint Committee on Works has urged the management of the Infrastructure Concession Regulatory Commission to ensure strict adherence to the provisions of the law while engaging companies for a public-private partnership contracts. This was at a meeting with the Commission's management and a Brazilian firm who were at the National Assembly to demonstrate technical expertise in construction works.
It has to be done through competitive bidding. Both the ICRC and the Bureau of Public Procurement will have to put heads together. If there is a particular highway to be constructed, it will be advertised. They will select the contractors that meet both the technical and financial bids. The fundamental issue is being able to raise the financing. The element for me is that this is a wonderful meeting, is a wonderful opportunity, but I think you need to expand, the dimensions of what you offer so that you have all the elements that is able to come as a strong consortium.
The Joint Committee on Works appeared not particularly satisfied with the state of concession agreements that were entered into in Nigeria, citing the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway as a case in point. The need to embrace the alternative dispute resolution mechanism in order to decongest the Supreme Court, especially with the ever-increasing number of appeals that flood the court on a daily basis, has been re-echoed once again by the Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Ibrahim Tanko Muhammad. The Chief Justice of Nigeria made the appeal at the valedictory court session in honor of Justice Amiru Sanusi, who was described as one of the finest jurists. Justice Amiru Sanusi, who was born in Huntua, Katsina State in 1950, started his elementary education in Gundindi in 1957 and obtained his law degree from the Ahmadu Bello University Zaria in 1977. He had a stint with the Nigerian Railway Corporation as an account clerk before his appointment as a magistrate in 1979. After giving much to adjudication as a High Court judge, he was elevated to the Court of Appeal in 1998 and to the Supreme Court in 2015. His retirement is reportedly to have drastically reduced the number of Supreme Court justices to as low as 13 instead of 21 as provided for by the 1999 Constitution as amended. The fourth prosecution witness, Abubakar Umar, in the ongoing trial of former Benue State Governor Gabriel Suswam, Monday told the Federal High Court sitting in Abuja how he personally took $15.8 million to former Governor Suswam in Government House, Makudi. Olabode Arewa has details.
Led in evidence by the prosecution counsel, Rotimi Jacobs, SCN, Abubakar Umar, the fourth prosecution witness, in continuation of his testimony, told the court that while EFCC's investigation was ongoing, the former governor asked him to see his counsel, and he went to meet with the counsel, who asked him why he insisted on going on with the case. Mr. Umar told the counsel that the question should be directed to Mr. Suswam. He also told the court that the naira sum he converted came to $15.8 million, which he personally delivered to Suswam at Government House. Suswam's counsel, Chinelo Ogozo, however, asked the witness to clarify what he meant by Government House. Mr. Umar further said that the Government House was the residence of the former governor, where he normally goes to deliver money. Gabriel Suswam and his finance commissioner Okolobia Omadachi are facing a 9-count charge of alleged fraudulent conversion of 9.6 billion naira Benue State funds to personal use. The money was realized from the sale of the state's shares in Benue Investment Company. After listening to the argument of both parties, Justice Okonabang thereafter adjourned proceedings on the matter to Tuesday and Wednesday in Abuja. Olabode Arewa, NTA News.
President Muhammadu Buhari rejoices with a seasoned journalist and public relations professional, Prince Bayo Osiemi, as he turns 70. A statement by the Special Advisor to the President on Media and Publicity, Femi Adesina, announced that President Buhari commends the professional manner in which Osiemi combines journalism, public relations, and advertising and politics. As Prince Osiemi joins the ranks of senior citizens, President Buhari wishes him good health, longer life to serve the nation. We have more reports on Network News, but from our Lagos studio with Michael. Hello, Michael.
Hello, Muhammad, and a warm welcome to Lagos. With the integrated maritime surveillance and security infrastructure nearing full operation, the federal government is also looking at the prospect of increasing investment and reducing financial burden on investors in the maritime space. At a briefing in Lagos, the Minister of Transportation, Rotimi Amechi, believes once fully operational, the era of secure anchorage contracts will be a thing of the past. Out of 119 incidents of piracy and armed robbery against ships recorded between January and September 2019, Africa and the Gulf of Guinea accounted for 53 attacks, according to the International Maritime Bureau. The federal government, in its responsiveness to this challenge, designed an integrated national maritime surveillance and security infrastructure, codenamed Deep Blue Project.
Nigerian bunkerers, illegal bunkerers, are the 7th largest oil producers in Africa, and that they make $7 billion a year. How much is $7 billion? That's more than 1/3 of our budget. Yeah. So the moment you put this maritime infrastructure in place, you have knocked out those people. NNPC is paying for what they call a surveillance contract. Oh. No, white men first. Okay, well, vessels with white men to the platform, right? So when you stop these people, you are going to save a lot of money for the country.
This briefing is to give an update on the security architecture, which has already commenced with the opening of a C4I operational center in August and procurement of special mission vessels in December last year.
The first special mission aircraft will be in the country before the end of the first quarter of this year. The first unmanned area vehicle will come in between now and the end of February. But between now and June, 80% of the assets will be in the country.
While securing the country's territorial water is important, it's simply because apart from the seas and oceans contributing 90% of world trade, Nigeria has huge potential in harnessing the blue economy for national growth. System Specs, a leading provider of innovative software, financial technology, and a human capital management solutions company, has unveiled its new corporate identity known as PayLink and Remita. Ruth Ario Samuel reports that aside the launch of the new products, the corporate headquarters of the company was also inaugurated.
The unveiling of new products and commissioning of Corporate System Specs headquarters was performed by the General Overseer, Foursquare Gospel Church, Reverend Sam Aboyeji. The 3-story building, which is designed and fully equipped with modern office facilities, including Vistas Lounge, Boardroom, and Departure Lounge, is located at Yesufu Abiodun Oniru Estate, Victoria Island in Lagos State.
They are not just looking at the next century, they are looking at the next millennium. And I agree with them.
Chairman, Board of Directors, System Specs, Dr. Christopher Kolade, is optimistic of brighter future for the company.
We have not stopped innovating in this market, and therefore you can be sure that not just for Africa, but indeed for the world.
The Managing Director, System Specs, John Obaro, highlighted some of the benefits of the new products, adding that the idea is to reposition the company's brand to fully maximize its endless potential.
You don't need to give people your account number again, whether they want to use USSD, they want to pay cash through a bank or an agent, or they want to use their debit card, whatever means is convenient for them. We've made it easy for you to be able to collect funds.
The focus of the management is on human capital management solutions and charting a new and strategic direction for a greater future for the company in Nigeria and Africa at large. In Lagos, Ruth Ariel Samuel, NTA News.
Ruth Arayo Samuel's report ends our contribution from Lagos Network News. Network News continues with Kudu in Abuja after this break. Please stay tuned.
Plenty people don't they win plenty prizes anyhow.
My own done better because I will get Mara. I'm very happy, Claude. Thank you.
This machine is going to be beautiful for me. I'm going to give it to my babe. She's a fashion designer, so my life done better.
The grinding machine where I win, I can carry in my wife will be a vendor. To help and well. A better thing will do for me, I tell you.
Not long ago, I promised my wife to get her a sewing machine.
I didn't see it coming. I thank God and I thank Lord for blessing me today.
Abeg, TRS go recharge with 200 naira today. Make you say following ogbonge prices like keke napep, grinding machine, generator and industrial sewing machine. No dey for river, make soap dey enter your eye o. Glow Unlimited.
Ankara shopping with the bad
That one no fine.
No, nice.
No, it's too dull.
This one.
Oh wow, it's beautiful. Omo, this fabric, it go fade though.
Yeah. Look, make I tell you something. The new area Ankara, it go take good care of it. Not lie, not true.
And the price?
Cheap.
Try new Ariel on your Ankara and colors now.
It's really tough right now. It's hard to expand my business.
Exactly. You know, many farmers depend on me. All these banks saying they don't see my vision.
Good evening, gentlemen. Sorry for interrupting. That's not exactly true.
How do you know?
I'm living proof. Mind if I join you?
Not at all.
Just last year, I had planned to expand my hospitality business. It was tough, but I met the right people.
So, who exactly are these people?
My bank, FCMB. Eddie, their bills on the house. I forgot to mention, this is one of our hotels. Have a great night, gentlemen.
With the right guys who believe in your visions, getting to your desired destination is easier and quicker. Let's help you take the next step. FCMB, my bank, and I.
That channel where you watch just now don't waka. No panic.
Can tell me no panic.
You go do it by yourself like ABC. Oh yeah, press the menu button on top your remote. Scroll up and down till you see Information Central. Then press OK.
Press OK.
Check the signal strength and quality. If the signal strength and quality pass 70, make you press the exit button, go back. Go advanced options, then choose installation, then go to reset and press OK.
Press OK. Wow, now you fit catch all those channels will be one miss road by yourself. Yes, make your groove for no loss. You see as I do, Abi? And I see as I do,
Go TV. Live it. Love it.
And I see as we do,
Welcome back. Nigeria's Purchasing Managers Index, or rather the Manufacturers Index, rebounds in January 2020. Mplan Dakog is here with details on business news. Hello, Mplan.
Hello, Mohammed. We begin business news by talking about bioeconomy. Bioeconomy, a new model for industry and the economy, is a hot topic for scientists and policymakers, and Nigeria is already exploring the huge potential, with experts estimating that bioeconomy could boost the country's earnings by as much as 300 billion naira in the next 10 years. Nigeria is already working towards making this happen, and experts say its workability depends largely on appropriate policy framework. The Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning is driving this conversation targeted at increasing revenue and generating more jobs.
The bioresources like aquatic weeds, water hyacinth, lettuce, etc., algae, municipal waste and agricultural residues under the bioeconomy strategy are harvested using advances in technology to create new products which will help us to improve the quality of life.
The framework that will be developed later will help in knowing the people, identifying what they do, and defining the direction they should go. And it will help in attracting investment.
Latest figures released by the Central Bank of Nigeria show that Nigeria's Manufacturing Purchasing Managers Index for the month of January stood at 59.2 index points. The index grew at a slower rate when compared to the index in December 2019. The January manufacturing PMI represents 1.6 index points decline when compared to the 60.2 index points recorded in December 2019. Of the 14 subsectors surveyed, 11 reported growth, 2 declined, and electrical equipment subsector remained unchanged. And talking stocks, the equities market closed today on a negative note to begin the week in red. The NSE All Share Index depreciated by minus 1.08% to close at 28,533.40. Market capitalization dropped to 14.6 trillion naira, with year-to-date returns currently at plus 6.30%. Market breadth closed negative as Upgrade led 7 gainers as against 23 losers, topped by 40 oil at the end of the day's session. Market turnover closed negative as volume moved down by minus 27.83%, and Zenith Bank, Guarantee Trust Bank and FCMB were the most active to boost market turnover. And that's business news this evening. The Barbary in Port Harcourt has the next set of reports.
Come to Port Harcourt. The livelihood status of 250 residents drawn from impacted communities of Asaritoru local government area of Rivers State is about to witness a positive turnaround. The reason for the cessation is not far-fetched, as they have joined the League of Beneficiaries of Skill Empowerment Kits from the Presidential Amnesty Program. Robinson Deratai the reports.
The empowerment targeted at mostly the youths and women is aimed at deepening the peace process in the Niger Delta. Different categories of generating sets, sewing and welding equipment were among the items provided for beneficiaries drawn from impacted communities in Asaritoru local government area of Rivers State.
I'm a welder by profession. I've been in it for nearly 10 years. Equipment has been one of my problems to incur equipment, because welding equipments are not easy to come by. So we appreciate it.
When I receive the generator, it's going to impact positively on the poultry business.
We are happy to have this kind of equipment because it will
give us encouragement to have the job to do.
Contrary to concerns arising from the alleged sale of empowerment kits by beneficiaries, the coordinator, Professor Charles Dokubo, represented by his special assistant on media, Murphy Ganagana, said the people have been adequately sensitized against the practice.
What we are doing is orientation and reorientation to let them know that they don't key into the program. Now they have all keyed into the program. They know that this thing is for them. It is for their own interest to keep this thing to utilize them.
From Buguma in Rivers State, Robinson Derateide, NTA News.
Nigerians have been urged to avoid actions that are prone to fire and other disasters for a safe environment. Deputy Governor of Akwa Ibom State, Moses Ekpo, gave the advice during the presentation of relief materials to victims of various disasters in Uyo, the state capital. Charity James reports.
Flood and fire disasters are some of the major disasters that frequently occur in most parts of Nigeria, including Akwa Ibom State. This has led to many victims being displaced, while also leaving others in agony. Hence, the response by the federal government through National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, with the provision of relief materials to the victims.
I feel very happy for them coming to assist us.
I thank the federal government for this food. Me government give us, but we better federal government you give us the thing with cement.
Presenting the relief materials to the victims, Akwa Ibom State Deputy Governor and Chairman of the State Emergency Management Agency, Moses Ekpo, advised Nigerians to guard against building on waterways and actions inimical to the safety of the environment.
And hope that people in this part of the country, like happens in other places where there are disasters, will benefit from both the support of the federal government and the state government.
The distribution of relief materials, which was done under the supervision of the zonal coordinator of NEMA South-South Zone, will also extend to other local government areas in Akwa Ibom State. In Uyo, Charity James, NTA News.
And that does it from Port Harcourt. Is back to Kudu for the rest of the news. Good evening.
Thank you, Dibabari. Medical supplies worth nearly 80 million naira have been distributed to custodial centers across the country for the benefit of inmates. Minister of Interior Rauf Aregbesola, while presenting the supplies, urged officers of the Nigerian Correctional Service to be humane in the discharge of their duties. Victor Azu reports.
Prior to 2015, gatherings like this, where all state commands of the Nigerian Correctional Service are represented under one roof, were far and few in between. Even then, they were usually to lament about what could have been. These days, these gatherings are becoming frequent, and for good reasons. This time, the Minister of Interior arrives with the Controller General of Corrections to flag off distribution of medical supplies for the year 2020.
With the advent of the administration of President Muhammadu Buhari in 2015, life was injected into the Nigerian Prison Service and now known as Nigerian Correctional Service. We have built so many cells, we have built so many custodial centers now across the nation, and we have also been able to purchase so many vehicles.
Sustenance of that life is the essence of this exercise, but the minister has a message.
Let these provisions from the drugs to the other support for good health and Medicare, let them go for the purpose for which they are bought. Let humane considerations and compassion be our watchword.
And those concerned appear to get the message.
These drugs will go a long way to make sure that all kinds of illnesses and diseases will be attended to instead of referral to outside the hospital.
We have been receiving drugs consistently every month, and this has impacted positively on the morbidity and mortality rates of the inmates. This keen attention to the health needs of inmates may explain why Nigeria's custodial centers rarely record epidemics, not even when host communities are affected. In Abuja, Victor Azu, NTA News.
Maiduguri is where we go now for more reports on NTA Network News, and Naomi is our guide. Hello, Naomi.
Thank you, Kudu, and welcome to Maiduguri. Northeast Development Commission is set to launch a robust scholarship program covering both academics and vocational skill acquisition, especially for youth in communities affected by insurgency within the Northeast. Managing Director, NEDC, Dr. Muhammad Goni Alkali, made this known when he visited Bluktu Rehabilitation Center, Maiduguri, catering for victims and repentant Boko Haram members. Here is the details. They are 86 in number, having denounced membership of the dreaded sect Boko Haram, housed and catered for by Borno State government with the support of development partners as part of the reorientation exercise. At the center, inmates receive educational and vocational trainings, civic and moral instructions for future reintegration into the society. NEDC's Managing Director, Dr. Muhammad Goni Alkali, described the Commission's mandate as not only to provide physical needs of insurgency-affected persons across the geopolitical zone, but its end game is ensuring peace and stability to the Northeast region.
We want to be demand-focused, so we provide services development based on demand of the people.
NEDC provided the inmates assorted food items to support their program, with its planned interventions designed to address most of the immediate challenges confronting the region. NEDC sought collaboration with all stakeholders to include United Nations agencies and international donor partners. The NEDC Managing Director, Dr. Muhammad Goni Alkali, was at the UN Deputy Humanitarian Coordinator's Office, World Food Program and International Organization for Migration sub-offices in Maiduguri, where he requested for synergy to build bridges for sustainable peace, stability and social cohesion across the Northeast region. That's our contribution from Maiduguri. Network News continues in Abuja with Kudu after this time out. Good evening.
The Federal Inland Revenue Service, FIRS, strategy in generating more revenue for national development is the focus this week on NTA Tuesday Live. The chairman, FIRS, Mohamed Nami, will lead panelists to explain the tax regime. The program at 10:30 p.m. will be incisive and educative. Join us.
Your information dey important, just like your identity. Na the only way we fit take hala you o. Make you go browse easy.gotvafrica.com. Sign in with your IUC number and mobile number and scroll down to personal details and address. Then check well to see say everything bam. You fit change the one wey not correct. To finish everything, just click the save button and it don finish.
Thank you. I make sure say my phone number dey correct. That's not why GoTV fit call me make I come collect my own awoof.
Angel, anytime for my phone in that way because now my correct phone number dey for move.
GoTV, live it, love it.
Now look me again, no. Make you go do your own.
Lassa fever occurs when a person gets bitten by a rat carrying the Lassa virus. It is also contacted through the consumption of foods that have been contaminated by either the saliva, urine, or excreta of the rats. Lassa fever is deadly, so protect yourself and loved ones from it. Keep rats away from your homes. Ensure that leftover foods are properly covered at night and heat up properly before consumption. Wash fruits properly before you eat. Maintain regular hand wash with soap and water, as well as environmental sanitation. Report all feverish conditions and bleeding from the nose or mouth to the health facility nearest to you, and don't indulge in self-medication. This message is from the Nigerian Television Authority, the NTA.
Thank Thank you for remaining with the NTA. Minister of Sports and Youth Development, Sunday Dari, reiterates federal government's policies to reduce youth restiveness through sports. Olumide Eguntala has these and more on Sport Update.
Ilorin West local government area has